Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille and today's 31st January of 2020 and this is live number 35. And today I'm going to tell you why, after watching this video, you may want to fall in love with talking and listening to your girl. As if you watched the previous video, that's going to be really connected to what we're going to be talking about right now, because in the last video I told you why one of the bad advisors that you may have regarding relationship or regarding anything else really are people who are telling you what you're supposed to do without kind of explaining why you want to do this. And I told you that in this particular case of relationships, I met or I saw a very short video of one of the gentlemen who basically said something like this, that if you want to make progress in a relationship, what you're supposed to do is you've got to listen to your lady. You've got to listen more because you're not doing it enough, and then you have to mean it, and then you'll see how positive impact it will bring to your relationship. Something like this. And then I told you that this kind of advice, even though it might be really good advice, and it is, you've got to understand that if you're not explain why it is wrong, why you're supposed to do something like this, then it'll turn, or might turn in many of you, especially if your relationship is not really well, into something like feeling that why would I supposed to do something like this? Why would I supposed to listen to my girl if she's talking all the time, and then I have to just do something that I don't really know why, I don't really want to, because if I'm having something to think about, I'm not going to ask her, I'm not going to talk to her, I'm going to deal with it myself. And then this kind of resentment that it may grow in you, especially if your relationship is not really well, it'll bring you, and it brings a lot of people to thinking that relationships are hard, because you have to do so many things that you don't understand, you don't know why, and then you just do them just because someone told you that it's going to work. And everything comes down to this sacrifice you have to do every day to make this whole thing work. That's why many people will say, nope, I'm not playing that game. So that's why I want you to see today my approach, and I'll tell you why you not really supposed to or have to do something like this. But if you understand why it's happening, why your girl, why your lady's coming and talking to you, and if you see what's going on, what's the reason, underlying reason why that's happening, you'll start to see that it's completely positive, and you will really see that it's great and you want to do this. So ready? So let's go. And I'll tell you how I discovered this, because that's a great story that'll explain it all. So this is something that happened a few years ago, at least a few years ago. Situation looks like this. I'm sitting at my desk playing computer games. She comes into the room and gets my attention and asks me about would that be okay with me that we go do shopping today or tomorrow? And learned by experience, I paused my game, I turned to her, faced her, because I knew from experience that if I'm not going to do this, she's going to say whatever she wants to say, and if I'll agree to anything, I won't remember anything in 3 seconds. So that's why I turned to her to give her full attention, so we'll be able to have this conversation. I would understand and remember what happened. And then, interesting thing, she asked me if that would be okay for us to go to do shopping. I said, sure, why not? And then when I agreed to that, she stood there and she started thinking, okay, so we could go to the store A because we need this and that. But then she said, you know what? Maybe we could go to the store the store B because the some of the things might be cheaper. And then a few seconds later, she's coming back to plan A and says, you know what? Maybe no. Maybe let's go to the store number one, the store A, because the store B is farther a little bit, and so on. And she started doing this whole thing, and I just sitting there watching her. And exactly in that moment, the next words that I said, things that that I spit out of my mouth, completely unaware what I'm gonna say, flipped this whole thing upside down. I understood what is going on. Because you've got to understand the what the situation happens to a lot of us, and many of you will see the situation from this point of view. She's coming and she is interrupting my game or interrupting things that I do. It annoys me. Second, she comes and asks me a question. If she does it once, it's okay. But if she's coming back and asking me and asking, it's completely annoying. Three, she's coming to me and she's talking. She didn't ask a question and leave and left. She just stood there and talk. And three, or four, even though I agreed to that thing, then in the next minute she changed her idea what we're supposed to do like 15 times. So then, that's how many of you see this a completely annoying thing. But this is what happened. This is what I said. I said, listen, think about it, get to the conclusion, finalize the plan that you want to do, and come back to me. Get it? Then I was, I don't know. It just I understood what's happening. This was like this light bulb, above my head, just start to shine so brightly, and I understood that this is exactly what happened. And you've got to understand it, to see why it's all so amazing and wow. Anyway, so this is the first thing that I understood, that she came to me, and the moment I agreed to do this plan that she wanted to do, she started to think about it. Because if you look what she does, she's thinking, okay, he agreed to what we're supposed to do, and then she's starting to think, what can we do? What would be the best option? So then, first thing that I understood right there, that she's thinking out loud. And then throughout the years when I observed her, this is exactly what I understood. This is exactly what I was able to confirm over and over again. That at least my girl, and I believe most of them, not everyone, but most of them are going to do the same thing. They're going to think, and when they're thinking, they have to say it out loud. That's how they do this process of rethinking things. So first of all, she's not talking a lot. She's thinking out loud, because that's how she does it. Interestingly enough, we as guys, we are more like computers. When I ask you any question, you'll think about it and give me an answer. Like, what is the meaning of life? And you'll think about it and answer 42. Wink wink to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fans. So first of all, she's not talking a lot. She's thinking out loud. Second, she's not changing her mind. Because if you understand that she is thinking out loud, then she's checking all the options. So it's not about changing her mind all the time. It's just she has to get to the conclusion. And she's doing that out loud. So then second method is completely bogus, false, because now we understand why it's happening, why it looks like she's changing her mind. Because if we do it completely differently. When we rethink it and give you an answer, we really don't want to change it because that's our answer. But she's thinking out, on the fly. So these are the two things that happen. And one even more important thing, that's like going one level deeper. Look what happened. Why she even bothered me with this question? Why she was even there? That's the key to this whole thing. She came to me to ask if I would be okay with joining her with the project to do something positive for our relationship. You see, when you understand what is this psychology of women, they are always giving. They always provide. They build your home. They build it as this nest of love, this nest of security. This is where she feels okay. This is why she's investing so much in it. So when she's coming to me and asking, would you be okay to join me with do shopping? She's really saying, listen, I'm taking care of our house. Would you want to join me on this? And this is amazing because even if she's aware or she's not, she's doing exactly that. She's taking care of you and your home. That's completely positive. But then you may say, you know what, but when she's coming back from work and then she's talking a lot, she's not talking about doing groceries, doing something for a relationship, but she's talking about something that happened, and many times I don't care. to be honest. And then you've got to understand the other thing. If you understand that she's thinking out loud, you will understand that if she wants to tell you what happened in her day, it means that something happened, she experienced something, she felt something, and she wants to share it with you. Why? Because this is her experience, and what she wants is for you to be a part of it. Again, completely positive thing. Again, she's trying to take you and share whatever she has, share it with you. She wants you to be part of her world, of her experience. She don't wants to relive it for her own. And this is amazing because that shows how deeply rooted all of what she does is in her love, in her care, in her inclusiveness, in her taking care of you. Everything is that she wants to share and she wants to do it with you. That's why this whole thing is, your girl is not, someone who talks a lot, changes her mind a lot, and she just coming to annoy you. No, whatever she does because she thinks out loud, and she's not changing her mind. She's just trying every options that she has, and whatever she does, whatever she comes to you with, is because she cares. And that's amazing. And that's the story, and that's what happens. But now, what you can do about it to be able to manage it? And there are two things, at least. One, you can learn how to exactly manage it. Because look what happens. If we are guys and we are able to think about one thing at a time, it is obvious that it's going to be intrusive, and it won't be easy to deal with if you're trying to focus on what you're doing, whether it's a game, whether it's your work, or whatever. And she's coming and asking or talking to you, you're going to be interrupted. It's going to be annoying. It's going to be, it's not going to help you, and you're going to get angry. So what you want to do, or what you can do, you can say, listen, would that be okay if I'll finish my work, finish my game, and I'll go to, and I'll meet you in the kitchen or in the living room in 30 minutes, in an hour, and we're gonna drink tea, and we're gonna give you complete 100% of my attention. Then we can talk, and you can tell me whatever happened. What do you think she's gonna answer? Especially if you're gonna do it consistently, then she'll be say, sure, finish your game, do whatever you want, and see you in an hour. Because after that, she knows that she'll have full attention, and then you'll be there because you want to, or because you intend to be there. It's not that you're gonna be sitting, thinking about the end. You see? Because you've decided. If you decided, it's gonna be much easier for you to be there and be present in this whole conversation. And second thing that you want to think about doing is something that we did with my wife as well. There is something which is over delivering or giving, talking and telling you about more things that you're supposed to. Look, if they experience life in such a huge way, we're thinking about what we care. They're experiencing life in different levels, in how much details they see, how much emotions they get. This is something that is completely outside of our scope, of our understanding. So when she starts telling you, this is what happened in my workplace, many times she'll tell you so much details, so much. She'll go on so many avenues that you'll just say, "Whoa, it's too much." And that was interesting when I told my wife that, listen, I get it. I love when you talk about some, whatever. But then you've got to understand that there are moments when you're just going with your story so far that I'm not even losing interest, but I'm losing the context. I don't know these people. I'm not working in your place. I don't know how it looks like. So then when she understood, she's shortening the story, so I would be interested, and I'll be able to to be interactive, and just to say, listen, okay, so what are conclusions that you're drawing from this? What's why it's important for you? And then interesting thing happens, that then you understand why so many ladies want you to listen to them, because that's how they think. Second, you understand, you can understand why not only she wants you to listen to, but why many times she don't want you to comment. This whole thing is about her rethinking this. But then when you come to this point that you'll be able to kind of give yourself just a little addition here and there, then what you'll experience, because that's the end goal, for you to see that she'll open up. Then you'll be able to ask her questions and see her from the point of view that you never saw. And then you will understand that that's, if you love your girl, that's how you will see that this is a perfect way to really know your girl and really go deep in the things that she's experiencing, things that she thinks about, things that, maybe troubles her, things that she's not able to deal with. And that's how, when you see that, if you are the guy in a relationship that has cojones or balls to be the leader, to be someone who takes care of your girl, you'll see that she's not gonna annoy you, because now you understand why it's happening, what's the deal. But then you'll be able to use it to go really deep and find out who your girl really is. Surprised? So this is what I wanted you to understand. That if you understand what's going on, it's not going to be advised to do something that you don't understand and you don't really want to do. But if you understand it, then it changes the whole perspective. So that's why, think about it, do something about it, and then enjoy, because it's gonna be a blast. And see you tomorrow.